Well, I guess it finally had to happen. Warner Bros. Has decided to make a movie adaptation of one of the best-selling video games of all time. Anyway, hey guys, it's Vex the Vortex here and welcome back to another video. And yes, I will be talking about the Minecraft movie in today's video. Now, first of all, I just want to say that I'm sorry because this video was supposed to come out a lot sooner, but college work kinda got in the way for me. Now, naturally, as a devoted Minecraft player and someone who loves the game, I couldn't help but be curious as to how this film would be. When I saw the first trailer, I knew from pretty much the start that it all was a quick cash grab. And having watched the movie a couple of weeks ago, I can confidently say that it was pretty much exactly what I was expecting, for better or for worse. I'll be talking about what this movie's all about, my experience watching it in the theater, and my overall thoughts on this movie, the good and the bad. So, let's begin. The movie starts off with Steve, who discovers the Orb of Dominance in a mine, and he combines it with something else called the Earth Crystal to create a Tesseract-like object which opens a portal to the overworld. He then sticks around there building an idealistic paradise for himself and then stumbles into the Nether where he discovers the realm of the Piglins, who are led by this evil piglin leader called Malgosha, I think, who wants to get the orb to rule the overworld. She imprisons Steve, and in response, he trusts his dog to hide the orb and the crystal in the real world. Later, Jason Momoa, who plays this 1980s video game champion called Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, heads to an auction to try to save his failing video game store, and then manages to get both of these objects. He then meets this kid named Henry, who is this creative inventor, and then Henry combines both of them and it leads them to the mine where Steve found them. And then Henry's older sister Natalie and the real estate agent Dawn find them, and all four of them get teleported to the overworld. Now, I'll try to avoid major spoilers from this point, but in short, the four misfits approach Steve, they learn to fight the mobs and craft important things, and they all team up to fight Malgosha to save the overworld. All in all, it's a pretty loud, predictable, goofy, yet family-friendly and undeniably funny adventure that supposedly celebrates creativity and imagination and all that. And I guess that makes sense, because Minecraft itself is kind of a game about creativity. It even has a whole mode dedicated to it. Now let's talk about my experience watching it in the theater. I watched this movie about a month ago on a Saturday afternoon showing on April 5th. It was actually the first time I've been to a movie theater in a while, and let me just say that it was quite an experience. The theater was, I'd say, about half to 3/4 full, and it was mostly a mix of fellow college students and kids with their parents. Now, I sat there for 101 minutes and watched everything, and the theater reactions were pretty much what I was expecting. Now, the audience reactions to the infamous Flint and Steel and chicken jockey scenes weren't the wildest or the craziest based off of what I've seen on social media, but they were still pretty loud. After leaving the theater, I felt an odd sense of satisfaction, even though I didn't think I should have it, especially considering the fact that 2025's filmography so far hasn't been doing so well. But hey, I gotta give my fellow movie watchers credit, they definitely made it fun. So what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I have quite a lot to say about it, honestly. There are some good parts and there are some bad parts. But first, the good parts. Like I said, it was fun to watch, even though this movie is far from a cinematic masterpiece. Second of all was the cast in the movie. Although their acting wasn't exactly A tier, you can tell that they were at least having fun in the making of this movie, and they definitely at least tried to put their energy and enthusiasm into it, in my opinion. Jack Black randomly yelling out Minecraft stuff was pretty amusing for me. Then there were the references and fan service in this movie. Dan TDM's and Jeb's cameos were both nice surprises, the cinematic recreation of C418's iconic Minecraft soundtrack was honestly pretty cool, and the Technoblade tribute genuinely put a smile on my face. So yeah, that's pretty much everything good about this movie I can think of. And now for the bad parts. The plot was chaotic and, as I said before, pretty goofy. In my opinion, they could have done so much more with trying to come up with a better story. But it seemed that the writers were clearly focused on the memes rather than trying to create a good plot. This movie basically requires you to turn off your brain for the entire runtime to the point where you can't properly analyze what's going on. And then there was Steve. Now, when I saw the trailer for the movie, I was disappointed to find out that Jack Black was playing him. Now, no hate against Jack here, but he's not exactly the image in mind when I think of Minecraft's default character. However, although it definitely wasn't the right casting, after watching his performance in the theater, I could more or less let it go. After all, as I mentioned before, he did seem to have fun with it. Moving on from that, another problem I have with the movie is the CGI of the mobs. Now, some of them, like the piglins and the creepers, looked fine. I honestly like the creepers' grassy texture. However, most of the other mobs felt kind of off, especially the villagers. They remind me of a certain other film that had lacking CGI. But perhaps the biggest criticism I have with this movie is its connections with the source material. I could talk about how this film isn't really a great adaptation of Minecraft itself. For example, netherwarts don't really make piglins immune to zombifying in the overworld, and endermen don't naturally spawn in woodland mansions. Hell, the Orb of Dominance is a reference to Minecraft dungeons and not vanilla Minecraft itself. All in all, the whole aesthetic of the movie just doesn't feel like Minecraft, probably because it was live action and not animated as I'd hoped. For example, take a look at these so-called diamonds in Steve's cave base. Yeah, they don't look like diamonds, they look like something else. At least in my opinion. However, although it wasn't a 100% accurate adaptation of the game, they got the other things done mostly right in the movie to prevent it from being a total disaster. Not completely right, just mostly. Furthermore, the title of the movie kind of says it all. It's a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie, hinting that it's trying to be some fanfic with Jason Momoa and Jack Black roaming around a random Minecraft world rather than a 100% accurate representation of the game itself. So because of that, I can sort of give it a pass. Overall, this movie is kind of mediocre for me. It was an entertaining experience watching, it had its moments, but ultimately it just wasn't anything new. I'm not really sure if I should recommend it because I'm no film critic, but if you're in for watching a funny and action-packed movie that focuses on the one-liners and meme moments rather than logic, then go for it. I have a feeling you'll like it. Oh, and a sequel is currently under development too, so who knows how that'll turn out. Anyway, that's all from me. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments. Did you like it, hate it, or also find it mid? Please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.